What's good, guys? So, I hope you have finished recovering from Coachella, whether you were there in person in, what was it, Indio, California, or you were watching from the comfort of your own home, like I was. I just streamed it on YouTube. Yeah, sorry if I'm not looking at the right direction. I'm used to looking at the screen of my camera and not the lens. I'm using my phone because my laptop is out of space. My MacBook's out of space as usual. I don't know what I have on there. I just always keep trying to delete stuff and it's just not working. But let me see. Obviously, Beyonce was great. There doesn't need to be any discussion about that. I mean, I was totally living for the Destiny's Child reunion and Solange coming out on stage. I love Solange. I saw her live at the Roots Picnic last year in Philly. And yeah, who else came out? Oh yeah, the whole like HBCU band. Like that was amazing. But yeah, and I don't know if it's just me. I've seen a few other comments about this, but I really feel like the audience was just dead. Like, why would you pay? I believe the tickets were at least like 400 and up. What, just for general admission, by the way. And that's not even including the flight costs and stuff. Anyway, why would you pay that much just to just be dead in the audience? Like, even when Beyonce was on, I really just saw like a few people in the front turning up and everyone else was like on Mars or something, just like completely out of it. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna blame them. They're in a desert. They're probably like dehydrated, like who knows, whatever. But I was just wondering what the issue with them was. For every, like, I think the latest I saw them get was for Eminem. And maybe it was the way that the mics were set up, because I'm sure everyone was going crazy for Beyonce in person, but like I just couldn't hear it from the streaming that they had. Like maybe something was up with the mics on that day. I honestly feel like weekend one in general was a test run for them, because they're gonna do it again next weekend. And it just seemed like a test run. Like there were some things, some glitches I noticed, even with Cardi's performance. Like that's kind of mainly what this video is about. But Cardi's performance, I could tell like when Chance came out late. Like I don't know if you guys peeped that, but Chance definitely came out late, because she was, I don't know if you listened to her album Invasion of Privacy, but she has Chance featured on there. She has Kehlani, she has SZA, 21 Savage, all these people. So like when each time she would perform that song on the set, you would be like, oh snap, that'd be crazy if she brings out SZA. That'd be crazy, even though she didn't do the song with SZA, but you know what I'm saying. Like, so when Best Life came out, I was like, oh snap, she's gonna bring out Chance. And you could see her, like, I've just read body language really well. You could see her kind of like looking back stage and nothing was happening, and his verse came on the track, and I'm like, is he not coming out for this this performance? And then he came out like on the second run of the chorus. I'm like, ooh, and then it was a lot about functions happening. It wasn't just Cardi's set, but I just noticed it more so with hers because it was one of the ones that I was like really anticipating. But with Cardi, okay, I didn't really like, it's crazy because there was so much love for her when her album dropped. You could see it all on social media, like Diddy, I guess Oprah. I don't know if it was really Oprah or her publicist, but Oprah and who else? Like basically everyone was singing their praises of Invasion of Privacy, and rightfully so, because it really, like, there's not a single song on that album that I skip. It's like the best workout album that I've heard in a while, and so I was really anticipating her performance, and when she was twerking, I was all for it. Like, I really don't think there's anything wrong with her being pregnant and twerking. So I kind of just wanted to find out where everyone's head was at. Even like Wendy Williams, who I wouldn't even say is the Bible of, social media or whatever, but even she kind of threw shade at Cardi. Like, she just played the part where she was twerking in the audience. It's like, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's one of those people that she planted in the audience, because it really wasn't that bad. Like, I think the reason why I didn't find it bad is because I'm all for women empowerment. Like, I wouldn't call myself a feminist, but I see nothing wrong with a woman being sexy while she's pregnant. Like, I really don't see a problem with that. And I think society has such a double standard. Like, obviously men can't get pregnant, but, well, who knows? Maybe in a few years with science they can. And I think I heard about a story of a guy getting pregnant, but that's besides the point. The point I'm trying to make is it always seems like when women become mothers or are expecting, it's kind of like they're put on a pedestal and they're told by society what they can and can't do anymore. Like, obviously I agree with the fact that you shouldn't drink when you're pregnant, you shouldn't smoke when you're pregnant, you know, there's a lot of things that could harm your baby. But at the end of the day, dancing and basically celebrating what you know, a performance that you've been planning for the past year and that you've been booked for the past year, I really don't see anything wrong with her being herself. So what would you have expected her to do for what I believe was a 40-minute set? Like, just sit there and like be in a rocking chair, like just stroking her belly, like, oh, I'm about to have a baby, can't do nothing. Like, and of course there's other types of dance she could have done, like the old-fashioned church sidestep, whatever. But yeah, she was twerking like she wasn't pregnant. And it's like, why do we have to say things like that? What makes it different, the fact that she is pregnant? She has said many times that she's not out here to be a role model. And if the argument is that she's supposed to be a role model for her child who's about to be born, I mean, they're still in her stomach and they're probably dancing along with her, you know? And it's like, I think people have this really wrong idea of women being physically active. Even you see it from like women who are training up until like their 8th month of pregnancy. As long as you don't even know if their doctor has told them like, hey, you know, they've already had a conversation with their doctor, like, you can do this amount of physical activity until this date, and then you're not harming your baby. Exercise is actually good for a pregnant woman because they're predisposed to like varicose veins, and you know, they gain a lot of weight, which is normal, but a lot of that can be offset by working out regularly while you're pregnant. And I'm not saying that every woman has to twerk to work out, but it's like, there's nothing wrong with it. I know people probably felt uncomfortable because she's pregnant and they wouldn't have felt that way if she wasn't pregnant. But I kind of just want to figure out from anybody who did have a problem with it, why is it wrong for a pregnant woman to twerk? And who is she setting the example for? Because like, I see where people who are a little bit less informed about, you know, how pregnancy works in terms of the amount of physical activity you can do, and they were concerned for the health of the baby. I see why they may have, you know, been worried. But for people to just say, oh, you can't do that because you're pregnant, not about the baby, not about anything, just like, you're supposed to be holy when you're pregnant, you're supposed to like just be in a straitjacket. Like, I don't support that. And I give her props, and I really hope that I'm able to move like that when I'm pregnant because like it was empowering to see that, honestly. Like, she's strong. There's so many women who commented and said, hey, I couldn't even like make it to the fridge when I was pregnant. She's got so much energy, and that's so inspiring to see. So I don't know, drop your comments, let me know. And I don't know if you peeped, but look at this shameless plug for Fenty. Can you see it? Fenty Body Lava. So I ordered mine literally the midnight that it dropped, and it didn't come until, when was it? I would say Thursday last week. So I don't know if you can see it, I got the Who Needs Clothes one because I didn't really want a bronzer per se. Like, I just wanted something sheer that wasn't really too noticeable, and I wasn't really sure how, like, I didn't go to the store, so I wasn't sure how that would look. But maybe later on in the summer I'll get the bronzer. But I'm just opening it to show you how it looks. I was gonna do a tutorial for this, but I just figured like it's really self-explanatory. Like you really don't have to do much. If you look at this is how the bottle actually looks in the pump. It's so beautiful, and it smells like vanilla. But this is literally how much I put on at a time. Like literally, this is not lotion, okay? Like don't just smother on yourself. For people who say that this is too sticky, look, it's really not. It just goes on so, my hands are not even, it's not hard to put on. It's not sticky. My hands aren't sticking together. I think what happens is when you put too much at once, then it gets sticky. But ooh, this is gonna get me in trouble this summer. But it smells like vanilla. I put some on my shoulders too earlier. Like you really don't need that much. I wasn't looking to be too much. And I feel like it's very subtle. Like a lot of people said they would replace it with, or instead of buying this for now, they would just put like the Trophy Wife or any of the other highlighters from Fenty Beauty in their lotion, which works too. But this actually is gonna stay in place like if you're going out. So I really like the way it looks. I think it goes with any skin tone. I wouldn't tell you like, hey, if you're olive or chocolate complexion, only get bronze, or if you're more fair skinned, only get the Who Needs Clothes. Like I think it goes well for anyone. So I'm probably gonna try the bronze one too. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on Cardi, Coachella, and Fenty Body Lava. So this is all kind of discombobulated, and I didn't want to really do anything too fancy because I really haven't had time and I haven't posted too much, so I just wanted to check in. Hope you guys are doing well. It's April, like we're almost halfway through 2018. Yikes. But yeah, the year's going by so quickly. I hope you're all accomplishing all your goals or taking one more step towards them. And let me know what you think about Cardi and people twerking when they're pregnant, because I really want to hear this. All right, until next time, deuces.